What makes Ebola such a terrifying opponent? How can something so tiny bring the body's intricate defenses to its knees so fast? Let's journey inside and see exactly what happens when Ebola invades. Ebola is a virus. The virus is barely alive, just a small strand of genetic material wrapped in a coat of proteins. It has no brain, no metabolism, no awareness. On its own, it's useless. But once it finds a way into your body, it becomes a ticking time bomb. To stop threats like this, the body relies on its ultimate defense force, the immune system. Now, the immune system is astonishingly complex. So for now, let's zoom in on the parts that matter most when dealing with a threat like Ebola. Under normal conditions, when a virus enters the body, cells called dendritic cells spot the invader. They alert the immune army, signaling antiviral cells, support troops, and antibody-producing factories. In a coordinated attack, the body usually clears out the infection quickly. But Ebola plays dirty. Its first move: take out the generals. The virus targets dendritic cells, the very coordinators of the immune response. It sneaks in by binding to surface receptors and tricks the cell into letting it in. Once inside, Ebola sheds its outer layer, spills out its genes and tools, and hijacks the cell. The cell is now under new management. Instead of defending the body, it's churning out copies of the virus, thousands, then millions. Eventually, the cell bursts. Its membrane disintegrates, and now the tissue is flooded with fresh, aggressive Ebola particles. Worse still, Ebola hacks the immune system's communication lines. It silences some messages and sends out fake ones. Signals that confuse immune cells, even causing some to self-destruct before they can help. The virus multiplies rapidly. Natural killer cells, the body's elite virus hunters, get infected too. They die off early, leaving the body exposed and defenseless. Meanwhile, other important immune players, like macrophages and monocytes, are also getting infected. Instead of stopping the spread, they become part of the problem. Some begin sending emergency signals to the blood vessel cells, telling them to release fluids. Normally, that would help, but now it leads to chaos. Blood vessels start leaking. Fluid spills out into tissues. The body begins to bleed internally. Even cells that shouldn't be involved, like neutrophils, jump into the fight. They go rogue, releasing more signals that amplify the damage. The bleeding worsens. Then comes the liver. Ebola breaks in easily, killing off liver cells and causing organ failure. This isn't just an infection. It's a biological battlefield with explosions going off all over the body at the same time. The immune system, desperate and overwhelmed, fires off its last resort, a cytokine storm. This is like pressing every panic button at once, a final all-out strike. It damages the virus, yes, but it also causes catastrophic collateral damage, especially to blood vessels. The more aggressive your immune system, the more damage it may inflict on you. Fluids leak. Organs fail. There's not enough blood left to carry oxygen. Cells begin to die. And if the body reaches this point, the odds of survival drop sharply. Currently, about 6 in 10 people who contract Ebola don't survive. Sounds terrifying, right? Should we be freaking out? Not at all. Here's what matters. Ebola doesn't spread easily. To get infected, you need direct contact with bodily fluids from someone who's already showing symptoms, or from an infected animal like a bat. So if you're cautious, it's easy to avoid. And here's some perspective. Since 2014, Ebola has claimed around 5,000 lives. By comparison, the flu kills up to 500,000 people every year. Malaria? Nearly 1 million deaths annually. That's over 3,000 per day. 10 children since this video began. So yes, Ebola is horrific, but it's not the most dangerous disease we face. What is dangerous? It's fear without knowledge. Understand your body. Understand the threat. And above all, don't let panic be more infectious than the virus. This has been Mindscape Mirror, where we reflect on the mind, the body, and everything in between. Subscribe for more deep dives into how your body defends, adapts, and survives.